Well, we're now starting to move out of the Mike Meyers superpower world. When it comes to CompTIA A+ and Net Plus topics, networking, and computers, I'm doing great. But as we start to move into a more pure multimedia environment, I'm going to have to defer to Todd on a lot of this stuff. So Todd, the big thing more than anything else is that your Ethernet, while it runs regular network stuff, it also is running really just a modified component connection too, right?
Right.
So do you have like a switch equivalent?
Yeah, and that's what this top box is. And you're right, the Ethernet is being used for a lot of stuff beyond just traditional IP networking within the home. So this device is a component video matrix switch.
Now when we say component, we're talking about the good old RGB type connectors.
RGB in either optical audio or digital coax audio.
Okay.
So this will accept 6 sources and will feed 12 rooms.
Wow. Okay.
So we have 12 TVs in our house.
That's all?
Yeah. So we get, they come into the back here, the component sources, and then a pair of Cat5 lines go out and feed each of the TVs in the house. And there's a wall plate that terminates that connection.
Okay.
And then component video cables go from that and connect to the TV. And what this does is it can send any of the 6 sources to any of the 12 TVs simultaneously. So if you want to be watching DirecTV A in the bathroom and you want to watch Moxie in the bedroom, it can do that.
So you're not nearly as worried about getting a web browser on all your TVs. So you're more in, this is more of getting the Comcast feed and the DirecTV and all that type of stuff.
Right. But if you wanted to, you could use a device like this with some video cards that still do component out, and you could feed that into this and you could have a computer, that computer availability on any screen. And if you took wireless keyboards throughout the house, you could have internet browsing.
That sounds cool.
So this is a fantastic product from a company called Audio Authority, and they're out of Lexington, Kentucky. But this is a rock solid product. Never have to restart it, never have to do anything with it, it just works. The other matrix that we have is this device down here. And what this does is it takes 6 different HDMI sources and then is able to send those out to 6 different TVs. So the media center runs through this. I have a Mac OS based media server runs through this. The Apple TV runs through this, and a couple of the other boxes that we have. And just like this device, you can watch any simultaneous connection. So it's 6 by 6 in the same way that this is 6 by 6. So one source can be feeding 3 TVs, and then another source can be feeding the other 3 TVs in any combination.
So you got a couple of TVs that have a component input and a HDMI input.
Right. And
okay.
in most of those locations, I also have a receiver at that end. So the component and HDMI feeds both go into the AV receiver, and then an HDMI goes out to the TV, and then the sound goes out to the speakers.
All right, so these I know. These are your 2 DirecTVs.
Right.
Okay. And Moxie?
This is the Moxie box. So there's a cable card that plugs into the back of this that decodes the Comcast feed.
This is why you don't have the Comcast PVRs, because this guy's doing the same job.
This box here, you can kind of see is the UVerse box, and this is a box made by Cisco that does the whole, so that all the IPTV decoding is right in this.
Did this come with the UVerse?
Yes, this comes with the UVerse.
Okay, so you are using the on that side.
And this is a PVR. They've also opened up the AT&T UVerse box to Xbox. So I can actually watch content from this on my Xbox as well.
All right, cool.
Down here we have, between here and here, this Nuvo equipment is our whole house audio distribution system. So these 2 bottomed boxes are amplifiers, and they send amplified signals out to the 16 zones of audio that we have in the house, and they're controlled by wall plates that allow you to choose any of the MP3 content we have stored on this, any XM station that we have, or any over-the-air station. And then we also have a couple other feeds going into this for audio.
And this also has its own, again, separate distribution.
Right. But this is also Ethernet based. So all the control back and forth between the control interface and this device all come through Ethernet. So Ethernet runs out to that, and then good old speaker wire out from this to the speakers themselves. So we have a speaker wire network. We have an Ethernet network for the audio, we have an HDMI network, and we have a component video network that are completely separate from the Ethernet network we have in the house.
And you've got this all carefully documented, right?
Yes, in my brain.
Fantastic. Okay, Todd, now this is fantastic. I mean, you got all these different types of inputs. I understand now how your getting the outputs out. But see, like at my house, my television is really just a PC because I like to watch Netflix, for example.
Right.
And you know, I don't see with all this fancy stuff. I mean, what if you just want to watch Netflix? What are your options?
Well, you got a few options, and if we pan down here, we have this first generation Apple TV that the newer version of this, the smaller black box that you've seen, will stream Netflix. This is primarily with iTunes, and for some reason they haven't upgraded the software to be able to do that with Netflix.
Now, you got to take it back for me for a minute. Let's make an incredibly simple situation. I have a TV that's capable, all right? Where does this box sit in a smaller setup? I mean...
Yeah, you would have this plugged directly into your TV. You would have connectivity to this through your wireless network or through a direct Ethernet connection, which I have here. This has HDMI outputs and also has component video outputs.
Okay.
And then you would have a small remote, and you would use a universal remote or the remote that came with it to control this device.
What shows up on the TV?
The Apple TV interface.
They have their own proprietary interface.
Which is a very good interface. Allows you to browse and watch YouTube videos, allows you to watch, listen to podcasts, allows you to watch content that you've purchased through iTunes, and any TV shows that you've done.
So it gives you a little bit of the internet without having to go to a full-blown straight Windows 7 box.
Right. No keyboard required. You can scroll around with an on-screen keyboard to search for things. So if you want to do some light internet streaming watching, you'd use a device like that.
So Apple TV is the way to go, huh?
It's one of the boxes. So there are several others here. This box is from a company called Vudu, and I've actually been a beta tester for Vudu for about 4 years. And this is a tremendous interface. They have a great remote control that comes with this device if that's what you use. But they have a huge movie library. They're the only company streaming 1080p quality video from this. So you need a connection of 9 megabits at least to be able to do this. But this is a good service. There is a hard drive in here, so you can download and purchase movies, or you can stream and rent. So both of these are great rental or purchase
So did you have to pay a monthly service fee for these?
No, for Apple TV and for Vudu, both, they work off of you either rent the movie or you purchase the movie, as opposed to Netflix that has a monthly fee.
Right, now I have Netflix, and in fact, I have the, I don't even get the option to get DVDs anymore. I just do the pure streaming thing.
Right.
So, but I can do that on these.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we got two.
So now there's more? There's more.
Okay.
So this is the newest Roku box from Roku.
Okay.
And this box, similar to these boxes, but this is a pure streaming box. There is no storage in this box. It does have a small buffer that allows you to do some short instant replay. But this will stream Netflix, it will stream content from Amazon, and will also stream Hulu Plus. So, and also other internet channels. This is actually, I think, the best streaming box out there right now. It has the best and simplest and easy to use user interface, and does a really great job. Now, this cannot access any content that you have stored on other storage. This is only streaming stuff from outside your house. Whereas this device here, which is a brand new device and in a great packaging from D-Link, and this is the Boxy box. So what they've done is that they've taken the Boxy software, which is an open source media server platform, and they've put it into a hardware device. This has Intel graphics, just like you would see in a computer. I mean, if you open this up, it's basically a small netbook inside this. But this will play videos that you have stored on your local storage. It will also stream movies from Vudu. It will also stream movies from Amazon. It will also stream Netflix. So if you're looking for a one-size-fits-all box and you have a lot of your own content, this one is great.
Okay, so let's review this. We've got, let me see if I can name them. Apple TV, Vudu, I forgot that one. Roku, and Boxy. And now, most people wouldn't want to get all these different ones. Like you had mentioned, maybe probably Boxy might be a one-size-fits-all for a first type thing. Now, Todd, you got to answer me one more question. What's Google TV?
Well, let's go upstairs and take a look.
Okay.